everyone.
We're here at Abbey Road Flowers as well in conjunction with Fiori Cafe. We're going to be arranging some flowers, maybe making some lattes. Come join us.
Let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Here we are at Fiori Cafe this afternoon and we're sitting down with one of the baristas here, Addison.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Awesome. So we'll start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
My parents own this cafe and I work here and it's a really great privilege and I enjoy every bit of it, so yeah.
Aww, that's wonderful. What made you want to work here, or was it just that your parents owned it? And
Well, it's beautiful.
it's stunning.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of jobs for young teens, so it's a great option.
Yeah, I think it would be a very, very lovely job to come to every single day because as you can see all the flowers behind us, like it's really, really gorgeous.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of working here?
The environment. I love everyone that works here and it's beautiful, so.
How would you describe it for someone who has never been before?
I think just beautiful, every bit of it. The drinks, the colors, the idea, the concept, it's all beautiful.
And the drinks and the menu, can you talk a bit about the menu and kind of what you offer?
Well, we have Italian sodas, French sodas, coffees, lattes, espresso, anything you could get at any other cafe but Fiori.
Can you speak a bit about, is there a big difference between French sodas and Italian sodas? I've never heard of a French soda before.
Well, with a French soda, there is cream and we add another shot of cherry in it. So we have this raspberry syrup that's homemade, and we do a shot of raspberry syrup, and then there is a shot of cream, and then we do 2 shots of cherry, and then a maraschino cherry on top.
Oh my gosh, are they really yummy? They sound
Yes,
so good.
I love them.
Do you have a favorite item on the menu?
Just a latte. We have
Just a
really
latte.
great lattes.
What do you think makes them so great? Do you have like specialty coffee or just
Just
the love that they're made with?
Probably both, but our coffee beans from Prairie Lily are amazing, and we have cinnamon on top and a little bit of sugar, and it's just a perfect touch to them.
Aw. And sorry, how long have you been working here?
I'm not quite sure.
That's fair. But you like it enough that you're still working here, so that's
Yeah.
great. What advice would you have for someone who wants to get into this kind of industry?
I would say you have to like people. You have to talk to people, you have to interact, and you have to enjoy it.
What would you say is the most challenging aspect of the work that you do?
I'd say interacting with people, but everyone has a preference and everyone has an opinion, so you just have to take it with a grain of salt.
And then on the flip side, what would you say is the most rewarding part of working here?
I would say the experiences. There's so many just amazing things I get out of working here. It's with my family, and I love everyone I work with, so it's all rewarding.
This is such a beautiful spot, I think, to have here in Lloydminster.
Yeah.
Have you lived in Lloydminster your whole life?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you say makes it unique?
Well, there's not a lot of spots to go in Lloyd, so to have an environment where you can just go sit down and talk with people is a priority, especially with family. And just have those little safe spaces in the area that you live, it's nice.
If you could take Fiori Cafe anywhere in the world, where would you want to take it?
Italy.
Italy?
Yeah.
And where do you hope to see it in, say, 5 years?
Still here, but more people and just always full of love.
And what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
If you want something bad enough, it will come to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to make French sodas.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's learn.
So I'm gonna start with our homemade raspberry syrup. Just 1 second.
Secret recipe raspberry syrup.
Yeah.
How often do you make the French sodas. I've honestly never heard of it before. I'm so excited.
They're my little sister's favorite. So
All the time?
whenever she wants one. That's really how it works.
It's great being an older sister.
Yeah, I have to grab the soda water.
Yeah, for sure.
And you just fill it to a certain point until there is enough room for the cream.
Okay.
And that should be like right there.
Perfect.
So I'd say my favorite part about the French sodas is the cream. It really adds to it. And like, it's the texture. You don't really expect it because with French sodas, you can have them blended or unblended, but I prefer unblended. I'm just gonna do 2 pumps of cherry syrup. Okay.
So I'm curious, is it more like milkshake-like or more like soda-like or like maybe an in-between?
Definitely more soda-like, but blended, more milkshake.
Oh, okay. So really the options are endless. You could have it either
Truly.
way.
Whatever you want.
And then we normally add a maraschino cherry on top.
Cute. This
Yeah.
looks so cute. It reminds me of like, I don't know what I'm thinking. I was gonna say Shirley Temple, but that is not at all it, because that's like, I think it has orange juice, so it's like not the same color, but maybe like a root beer float, but
Yeah.
cherry style.
So is like, you don't switch up the flavors ever? Like that's
No, you can, but we normally use our raspberry syrup as the base for everything. And then you can pick. Like we have mango and lime and lemon, and raspberry goes with everything.
yeah.
So.
I love raspberry.
Which is your favorite? Is it the cherry?
No, mine's the mango, but cherry is traditional.
Ah, okay.
So when someone asks for a French soda, you can be like, I'd like mango syrup, but we'll do the cherry when you ask for French.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, part 2. I'm going to try to do it. The pressure is on. Just kidding. Okay, so step 1, raspberry syrup. It pours fast. Oh, I got it on the counter. Okay, we're off to a really good start. In goes the raspberry. And then soda water.
I'll
Thank
grab
you,
that for
Rochelle. And I'll put the rest of this one in, maybe, question mark.
Oh, that might be enough.
Oh,
Is that enough?
look at you go.
Oh, yeah.
2 for 1, all right, all right. And then 2 pumps of the mango.
Start with the cream.
Ah, I missed the cream. I failed, I'm not getting hired, guys. But that was a really good pour, did you see that? I didn't
That was
even
good.
feel it.
Perfect proportions.
Thank you. In goes the cream. And then next step, the 2 mango.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Thank you. 1, 2. And the cherry. And do you mix these when you drink them?
Okay, so yes, I mix mine because it's not blended. You mix it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Okay, and then we'll mix them up. Your plastic
I was just
straws,
gonna
I
say that. We
love
when
it.
companies have plastic straws.
Yeah, well, we don't want paper straws, so
They don't work. I'm sorry, they do not work.
Yeah,
don't.
All over Addison, it's like only paper straws.
Yeah, it's
Except for like
not
second
great.
cup. Thank you so much.
How did I do?
you did good.
Yay. What?
How would you explain it?
My world is blown. I've literally never heard of a French soda before. This is so fun. Okay.
Do people ever come in calling it like a dirty soda?
Mm.
No? 'Cause
No.
That's like, in Utah, it's like a big thing. They have
Oh,
like,
really?
like pop stands for like dirty soda,
gosh.
like Coke and like milk. Yeah.
It's reminded, I don't know.
It's a perfect blend of a soda and a milkshake, basically.
It is. It is like the ultimate combination of a soda milkshake because it has like the texture is like
Yeah.
creamy but not overly creamy, and then it ends with that little like
Yeah.
fizz. I think a float would be like
Yeah.
the way of describing it, to be honest.
I haven't tried it yet, but there's like an Indian thing where you do like cream soda or whatever soda you want with milk, and I think that would be like the closest thing I can think of.
Sorry, you won't be trying it. I'm just kidding. All right, everyone, we are now on the other side of Fiori Cafe at Fiori Florals Studio, and we are sitting down with the lead floral designer, Maryna.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you, and you?
Awesome, I'm great, thank you. So we'll start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
Okay, for sure. So my name is Maryna. I came from Ukraine around a year and a half ago, and I started to work here. So in Ukraine, I was a fashion designer. I have a master's degree in fashion design.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then I came to Lloyd, and I found this place, and I was excited to join the team, and I'm really grateful that Elise, my boss, gives that to me, opportunity to learn, because I didn't really have any experience with flowers at all. I just told her that I can do a lot of exciting things with my hands, and and that was it, probably. Yeah.
So, fashion design, that's so fun.
Yeah.
What got you into fashion design?
So I was always interested in saving and creating something, and I'm still drawing sometimes, so it's kind of was my passion, and how you can spark your creativity, share with people. So that was something that I really enjoyed doing. Yeah, but when I came here, I had a language barrier, and I still feel that I wanted to adjust to culture, and yeah, so this is how I get into a floral design.
How did you find the adjustment, or what was different about fashion design coming to floral design?
Yeah, well, actually, flowers, it's an alive product. So it's very hard, for me it was really hard to learn all the flowers' names, and to learn how to process flowers, and yeah, in general, how to take care about them, how to organize them into some kind of shape, and so it can catch your eye, or inspire someone else. So that was probably the main difference, that it's a live product, because in fashion design, everything is already dead.
Yeah, it's a still product you don't really have to worry about, but
no,
flowers,
sure.
yeah, I feel like that would be much harder, but I guess they're both hard in their own respects, right?
Yeah, once you learn mechanics, and once you get into ropes, yeah, you can do it. If you're passionate, if you're brave enough, to try, to give it a try, so, yeah.
Speaking of all the different names of the flowers, do you have a favorite flower?
Yeah, probably my favorites. Well, I have a couple. In general, I love flowers. I love Gerber daisies. I love peonies. I love dahlias. I love all the kind of spring flowers, like hyacinths, and tulips for sure. Yeah, all the nice flowers, I love them.
How long do you think it took you to get a handle on all the different names and all the different kinds of flowers?
Maybe probably it took me around half a year to get into ropes, to learn how to organize them into shape, because you still need to learn some mechanics, and it's about skills that you need to develop. So it was probably easier for me because I have an eye for colors, and I can kind of combine colors together, but when it's coming to flowers, yeah, you still need to learn.
What would you say is the most popular flower that you sell, or popular arrangement?
I think probably roses. They are pretty popular, and anything that looks pretty, it definitely will catch customers' eye, and they will go for it, even if it's a bit more pricey. Everyone wants to see something beautiful.
In the designs that you create, what would you say inspires them?
Maybe shape and colors. Bright colors is definitely something that most of the people would go with. like mix of colors, something bright, like nice looking.
And what advice would you have for individuals who want to get into designing in either fashion or floral?
Yeah, so definitely they should love flowers, and they need to be passionate and brave to start, because at first it can stress you out a little bit, because all the flowers they cost, they pricey, and you can be afraid, like scary to wreck something, so then it goes into a garbage bin, so you don't want that to happen. So that is something, yeah. But yeah, if you're brave enough, like to try different like shape to learn, because you also need to learn a lot of styles and a lot of techniques and mechanics, and learning process is endless. And if you're ready to go for that, so you will be successful.
Can you speak about some of the techniques that you've learned when working with flowers?
Well, it was like, it's actually about everything. Like you start from picking a right shape of vase, and then you need to grade it, or what should you do? Like, would you like put foam inside, or you can just like make some grid and go with it? So it just depends. I guess it like depends from our customers to what they want to see in the end, and do they want like tall, white, or colorful, or like whatever. Like, yeah, all of that like you need to learn and adjust to.
That would be so much. I never even considered like thinking about what has to go in the vase to hold the flowers, you know? It's like,
No, right.
when I go, exactly what you said, I look for something pretty and I'm like, that's perfect, that's what I need. But there's so much more that goes behind, or so much more that goes on behind the scenes with what's going inside, the color combination that you're looking at, and all of that extra stuff too.
No, right, yeah. Sometimes it can be like really stressful. Especially when you do something like first time.
Oh yeah. Do you remember the first arrangement that you made?
I don't really remember it exactly. Probably I made I started from some hand ties, because it's just like a bundle of flowers, and everything what you need to do is just to fit colors together, so you can get such a nice color scene. And yeah, and then you're going from that, because my first floral holiday was here Valentine's Day.
Aww. A very popular one.
Yeah, so I just jumped right into that, and yeah, my colleagues showed me the ropes, and yeah, it's where everything started.
What would you say is the most challenging aspect of the work that you do?
The most challenging is probably customer's side, because it's not about what you like, it's also what your customers want you to make. And to make it like appropriate for different kind of events. And also following the trends can be also challenging, because how you see it, it might not how other people can look at it, like, you know.
Following the trends and all that, is there a trend maybe right now that you really love?
Yeah, it's right now I feel like it's a trend for wildflowers, like to organize them in that kind of shape, so they look like they grown in a wildlife, like kind of in a bunches. And because definitely if you work into the sphere, you will see different styles and different designs, and you will learn how to you will see the difference, how to see the difference between all those styles.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe your design style?
Well, I like to go into a different style, so because it's part of a learning process. When you try a little bit of one and a little bit of another style, then you can combine it into something else. And I think this is where your own style burn.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's, I'm just follow my intuition.
Do you have a favorite style or styles to combine?
Maybe I do love some romantic style, something like contemporary that looks modern, maybe with some when you can see the interesting shape and like something unusual. Probably I'm always trying like to come up with some ideas that is different like from other floral studios.
Mm-hmm. What would you say has been the maybe craziest, how do I want to word this? Sorry. Is there an arrangement you've made or something you've tried that you weren't sure if it was going to work, but it ended up being really great?
Yeah, probably it's like every arrangement I'm making. Almost everyone. Like sometimes I'm not really sure how it's gonna look in the end, but I'm like trying to follow like shape and when it leads me, and then I'm adding like some colors to it, and yeah, like doesn't really matter if you work with something small or something grand and huge. It always takes processing the idea, and it always takes some time for you to finish it, kind of.
You mentioned earlier, you know, you've always worked with your hands and the creative aspect. What are some other things, or I guess why do you enjoy working here?
Yeah, it's all about the atmosphere, about the people I work with, because I feel it's like really friendly space. I also love that it's like very innovative, like modern one. So my boss is just awesome. She just let me come up with like any crazy ideas that I have, like to try something new. She is always like, you know, on the edge.
But she lets you.
Yeah, and that is cool. So I have like actually no restrictions in my job. So whatever I bring to the table, that met with warm response, and that is like really inspiring.
Oh, that's wonderful. If you could take the studio here anywhere in the world, where would you want to take it?
Maybe somewhere near the beach.
Good idea.
Yeah, the ocean would be great. So we have access to even like more exotic flowers. That would help too.
That would be so cool. And where do you hope to see the studio here in, say, 5 years?
Yeah, it really like depends, but we growing with a pace, like speed pace. So I think, yeah, my boss gonna find something out.
That's her job. She'll figure it out.
Yeah, like participating in some great events and yeah, making like great arrangements.
You mentioned earlier that you had moved here to Lloydminster. Have you always, I guess, since coming to Canada, lived in Lloydminster?
Yeah, we came straight here because we have friends in Lloydminster, so it was easier for us to settle down.
And are you liking the community in Lloyd?
Yeah, I like that it's like a really neat community, tight-knit community, and almost everyone like know each other, like you know people who like you know your neighbors, and you know who works in local grocery stores, for example. When you go in there, you already know who you met, and it's like really like cozy place to live and work.
Is that what you would say makes it unique as well, or are there
No, for
other
sure,
things?
because like every business here is unique, right? And yeah.
Do you have a favorite local spot aside from this one, obviously? But is there another spot here that you really enjoy going to?
Yeah, probably like one of the places I'm going to, it's like Bad Miller's Park.
Yeah.
I do really enjoy our city park. It's beautiful with a lake in the middle, and yeah, we have lots of events going there.
That's so cool.
Really great.
We had the opportunity to go there today, and I didn't even know there was a
Yeah,
lake in the
it's
middle.
just
It's
like
huge.
yeah, it's like really beautiful place to visit, and you can go there after your work and just to relax and enjoy nature.
And then last question, it doesn't have to be specific to the business or anything like that, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
Probably keep going, like no matter where you are now, you can do better, and go further. So be brave and keep going.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, I will show you how to make our famous Kiana arrangement. It looks really great. It comes into a martini glass. It's like really cute, and you can make it in any colors. So I will show you how to make it from the flowers I already prepared for us. So it's like makes it a little bit easier. So we should start from filling our glass with some moss. You can take some from this vase and just spread it like around. Just like a little bit.
And sorry, what did you say it was called again?
Kiana.
Kiana.
Do you know why it's called that?
I'm not really sure.
So it was part of our Mother's Day collection. And so once we designed our collection, we had people nominate mothers.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so that's how we came up with the names, was from our clients' nominations.
That is so adorable.
Okay, you just need just like a little bit. Of course, after that, yeah.
We're just getting greedy.
You can spread it kind of around the walls so you can make kind of
Okay.
nest. And then here is I have
Yours
form
looks so good.
prepared.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, I'm just going like to put the form inside the moss. So you need to make sure that you don't see the moss, the form anywhere like from
Okay.
from your glass.
I think I might need a
So
little
just
more.
cover the walls. You can put like inside so you see.
Thank you.
Wow, you can definitely see mine. I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, just add a little bit more around and
You can see mine as
Oh,
well.
that was better. Aha. I think.
yeah, you're doing great.
Good job.
You can add
Thank
like
you.
kind of a little bit more on the top so it's like
Oh, perfect.
cover it. So at this point, I think we need to fill our glasses with water. Just make sure you're not overfilling it.
Okay. I'm worried
Not too
about this.
much.
I don't. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
A little bit more
What is the? You said
Yeah, let's
sponge in the
try it.
middle.
form,
Oh,
like
foam.
floral form.
Floral. Cool. I'm like it absorbs water so well, but that would make sense.
Yeah, you can add a bit more.
A little more.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Looks great. So then we can take a piece of hydrangea. You can take one purple.
Thank you.
We would start from purple.
Thank
You will actually need like a couple pieces, and we will go with white. So then you have your clippers,
Okay.
and just cut it a little bit, so it's not like too long. Yeah, just like around that. Yeah. So then what we're gonna do is I will put mine a little bit more. So just put it in your piece of foam diagonally, so it's like kind of covering your glass.
Like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
it sticks into
great.
the foam.
Yes,
That makes so much sense. Sorry, I obviously like I didn't know that. My bad.
It's okay. Yeah, and you can take one
Thank
more.
you.
Pull out one more piece.
Thank you.
And put it on another side. So we kind of covering our form with flowers.
Do we
don't
cut
have to
this one?
these ones, right? Or
Yeah,
do we
try to cut it.
Try to cut it. Okay.
I'm so used to working with like fake flowers and touching fake flowers. I'm like, I'm gonna break these.
Sorry, everyone.
It's okay. Take your time.
Thank you. There we go. Perfect.
Okay. So then we can go with tinted solidago.
Oh.
So this will be our.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Our accent. So what we do? Let's just peel off some lower stems, lower leaves. We will use them after, like to this extent.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, just peel more.
Should this one
Yeah.
come off? Yeah.
Yeah, and those two. Yeah, this looks great.
Thank you.
So we want the Solidago kind of to stand out a little bit
Okay.
on the top.
Wait, there we go.
Okay, great. So then we can add some spray roses. You can take a stem.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
You're welcome. What we're gonna do, just peel off some little pieces. You can use your clippers. Okay, so when you're done with this, you will need to cut the stems so it's clear and sharp.
Okay.
Yeah, and ready to go into your form. And put it somewhere in your martini glass just to cover the form. Yeah, put a bit more.
Oh,
Use
okay.
the whole stem.
Oh, perfect.
Like all around?
All
or-
around, yeah, we're doing it all around. Yeah, then we're gonna use a couple carnations.
These are so
Thank
pretty.
you. They are really
Yeah,
pretty.
they are. So you can like use your fingers to fluff them a little bit.
They're so soft.
They
Yeah,
are.
they are. Just to open them a little bit, so yeah, looks great.
Oh,
Okay.
wow,
Yeah.
but you're natural
Yeah.
at those.
Great. Yeah, then you can cut them, and I would probably want to put a one on the top and one somewhere from the side where you feel that you have like lots of uncovered space.
This is so interesting. I never expected them to feel like this.
Me
I don't know
neither.
why. It's so cool though.
Yeah.
Can I take this out? This one's way too tall.
Yeah, it's okay. You can take something out and
perfect.
cut it a little bit more, and yeah.
Okay, I like that a lot better.
Okay. So what we do next, we can fill the spaces with wax flowers or any kind of filler flowers that you have. Thank you. Couple pieces, and we can use them to cover
Which is this flower, sorry?
wax flowers.
Oh.
So yeah, you can just clean some leaves, clean the stems, cut them a little bit, as much as you need, and just fill the spaces.
How long would you say it takes you to do one arrangement?
It depends on the size of the arrangement. Something small I can make in 15 minutes, and if it's like something really grand, I can spend like 1 hour doing it.
Oh, wow. It's very relaxing, though.
Sometimes.
Maybe it's not my job. Yeah. These ones smell good.
Oh my goodness. I feel like you're so good at spacing up.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
I
a
feel like
designer.
I have a big
I'll
clump
give it to
right
myself.
now.
Yeah, no, literally same. I'll give it to myself because you know how to do this, and you're evidently very good at it. That looks so
Thank
pretty.
you.
It does look so pretty.
I feel like I somehow always end up with the same thing right next to each other.
I know. I'm like, this cup is so big, but somehow all of my stuff is here.
Yeah.
It's okay, just how they grow is in the nature, right? Like from the one spot you can see a couple flowers at once.
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
wow. You're
Well, we
making
were
me feel a
going
lot
for
better.
it.
So you're following the modern style then, everything is good. Okay, so once we're done with that, we can add pieces of tinted Solidago, just clean the stems, choose the longest that you have,
Okay.
clean the stems and just add them in between, like in spaces where you still can see the form. So we're just kind of creating like different textures and
This looks good, pretty.
Yeah, good job. I think we're done.
Thank you. This is so cool.
One more there.
Wow, who would have thought all those flowers and now they are
Look at that. These are so pretty.
These are so cute. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for teaching us how to make
Thank
it.
you.
Awesome. And here we are back at Nuova Salon and Spa, speaking with a hairstylist here, Kennedy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Awesome, I'm good, thank you. So we'll start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
So I am an apprentice stylist here at Nuova. I finished hair school June of last year, and I've been here since August, loving every minute of it. I've found a big passion going into the hair program, so that was really exciting for me. It wasn't what I wanted to originally do in the first place, so going into it was a bit stressful, but I'm very happy with my decision.
What were you initially wanting to pursue?
I initially wanted to be a vet, but classes didn't go as planned, so then I decided I wanted to be a hairstylist because I've always loved playing with hair, so worked out good for me, and we're here now.
Nice. Yeah, I'm like vet and hairstyling is very different.
Very different.
but where do you think your passion lies in hairstyling? Like what sparked that for you?
Well, as a kid growing up, I was we used to chuck wagon and chariot race, so all the girls would come to me to get their hair braided. So it was out of their face when they were racing, and that's kind of where I found like I love to play with hair. I would always like do my doll's hair and everything like that, so that's kind of where it all came to be.
And now you went to hair school, and now you can turn the passion into a career.
Yeah.
And you started working here in August of last year,
Yes.
you said.
Yeah.
What sparked your desire to work here specifically?
So I actually tried a couple other places, and we found out that Elise was opening, and my resume got passed on to her, and I went for an interview, and I immediately was so happy with how the atmosphere was and how everyone was around me, and it was just a great vibe, and we all meshed together, so I was very excited to be able to work here.
Aw. And how would you describe the atmosphere at
We're
the
very,
salon's
very chill. We are very opening and welcoming. It's a very joyful area, very like calm and peaceful. We just like to have good vibes only, so that's how I would think everything would work out, is just calm and relaxed, welcoming, open.
Why do you think a spot like this is important to have in Lloydminster?
I feel like it's a kind of like more of a safe place for people to come. They can come and they can get their hair done, or they can get pedicures and manicures. Those are really relaxing. We have massage too, so it's just a great place to be able to come and just relax and enjoy, you know, a day to yourself, an evening to yourself, or, you know, if you want to get away from the kids, or, you know, you have a day to take to yourself, it's just a wonderful spot to be.
Yeah, and that self-care moment, which I think is so important, which can be hard for people to take for
Yes,
themselves,
exactly.
but very important indeed. What would you say is maybe the most challenging aspect of the work that you do?
You know, I face new struggles every day. I'm still learning, so there's always something new that's a challenge. For me personally, I struggled with anxiety, so coming into the hair world and having to talk to people every day really got me out of my shell and really helped to get me to talk to people and to be more personable and, you know, not be so scared to do things. It really challenges me, and I like that, so...
And then on the opposite end, what is the most rewarding or the best part of the work that you do?
My favorite part is seeing when people, like, their faces light up. You just made their whole day, you made them happy, it's exactly what they wanted. They were able to leave feeling new and fresh and comfortable, so that's my favorite part, is seeing everyone's faces when they leave.
Do you have a favorite either hairstyle or cut or color? Like, what is your favorite thing to do with hair?
I have a huge passion for updos. So my past week I just did a lot of grads. I have a lot of weddings, so those are my favorite things to do. As far as color goes, I really love doing reds. So those are my two favorite things, probably.
Nice. I dyed my hair red once. It was so much fun.
The reds have so much fun.
They really do. And updos, I have so much respect for you and the work that you do because I can barely even straighten my hair some days. I'm like, this is so hard. It's quite the challenge.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What advice would you have? I know you're still working yourself as an apprentice hairstylist, but what advice would you have for individuals who want to pursue hairstyling?
My biggest thing would be is trust yourself and trust others, because you need that support behind you when you're being a hairstylist. You always want to be back and forth with each other. If you're not sure, ask questions. You know, being an apprentice hairstylist, I still ask lots of questions. I still ask my journeymans, but there's times where I am able to figure things out on my own, and that's also very rewarding. But if it's something you're wanting to pursue, go for it, regardless of if you have anxiety or you have any other mental health issues. Go for it, because you never know where you're going to end up or what's going to happen.
I think that's really great advice.
Yeah.
Have you lived in Lloydminster your whole life?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do you find the community here?
It's a very good community, very open. Haven't known anything different, so I like the space. I've lived out of town, but I'm now living in town, and I like it even more. So that's always good to have. And I also enjoy the activities that we have and all that stuff. So,
what would you say is your favorite either activity or local spot or place to go?
I've actually taken on golfing recently,
Cool.
so
Good
that's
for
like my new
you.
favorite activity at the moment. But other than that, I'm a homebody sometimes, so I like to stay at home. Other than golfing, I'm enjoying golfing.
That's so fun. Golfing is so difficult.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you. My boyfriend made me go once, and I'm like, oh, it was very hard. You're so far away, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like, but I can see how it's relaxing because you also like get the little walk in, bit of nature,
and it's challenging too.
Yes.
So you get that competitive side out and get to go home and relax after.
Exactly. If you could take Luna Nuova anywhere in the world, where would you want to take it?
California. I think Luna would expand really well in California. I think that is like our vibe, very open, very sunny, very like bougie atmosphere. So I feel like Luna definitely would belong in California.
I mean, we're just here now for the brief period of time that we've been here, but I definitely see it thriving in California.
Yeah.
It gives those vibes for sure.
Yeah.
And in your hairstyling journey, where do you hope to see yourself in like 5 years?
In 5 years, I would like to be able to just complete my exams, become a journeyman, build my clientele, have that space where I can just have a solid clientele base where I don't have to worry about anything. I can just have my clients and we're happy and I'm doing hair, and that's what I would like to see in 5 years.
And last question. It doesn't have to be specific to hairstyling or the business or anything like that, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life? Sorry, I should have pre-warned you with this one.
My dad actually told me, he said, don't take anything personally or for granted. So in my industry, I really can't take anything personally. And for anything for granted, basically just as like it being said, don't take anything for granted. But in his eyes, it was more or less like, you know, you never know what opportunities you're going to receive, so make sure you take them because you never know what's going to happen. And I think that was the best piece of advice my dad has ever given me, so I appreciate him for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, here we are sitting down with the owner, Elise. How are you
Hello.
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. I'm good. So we will start with you telling us a bit about you.
Okay. So my name is Elise. I was actually born and raised here in Lloydminster. It's the only place I've called home. I have been an entrepreneur my whole life. I actually love being in business and helping other people succeed. And so I guess I have a little bit of an addiction, I guess you could say, to getting started in businesses and just helping others out.
Yeah, because you have not one, not two, but 3 businesses, correct?
That's correct.
And we'll talk a little bit about each of them. But you were saying that you've always loved business. Do you remember your first maybe entrepreneurial venture? A lemonade stand?
I was about to say, I feel like it was like would go back to like babysitting, right?
Okay,
like it's probably, I feel like where most of us young girls start. But I used to actually be a competitive figure skater. And so then I coached figure skating from the time I was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
So that was probably truly the start of my entrepreneur journey. I've always loved working for myself, but like coaching and helping others at the same time. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Figure skating would be so difficult. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy for me when you start from the time that you're young.
This
it
is
just
fair.
Right. It's like anything. If you work at it all the time, you become good at it. But yeah, you do watch kids step on the ice and they're like little ducklings, like they can't even stand, right? So it starts out not so easy.
And then you watch like professionals and you're like, wow, that
Yeah,
was so
I'm
good.
like, okay, I got nothing on them.
In your businesses, though,
Yeah.
let's start with the cafe.
Okay.
Fiori Cafe
Yeah.
here. So, can you speak about the vibe, the point, the reason for opening a cafe?
Yeah. Honestly, the cafe kind of stemmed from the flower shop. It was something that I just wanted as an extension, another way to get people together, community and connection. We are not here to serve a cup of coffee. We are here to get people to connect, inspire people with their creativity. I just wanted an environment in Lloydminster where people could just come, and it doesn't matter whether you're working on a college paper or your next business idea or just need to connect with someone, and just a space where you felt like you could do that. So that was kind of the reason behind the cafe.
And then the flower shop.
Yes.
Reason, ideas,
Oh,
things.
so that one, it actually kind of stemmed from a job that I was working at the time. I used to do radio marketing.
Cool.
Yeah, so it was really awesome. I actually, I have an event decorating company with my mom as well.
You do literally everything.
So I had started that company in 2011, and the owner of the flower shop knew that I had that company, and she was going to close the doors. She was moving to the States. Abbey Road Flowers had literally been in town for 40 years at that point in time. Wow. And so she just kind of said to me, like, you are the right person for this shop. Make me any offer and it's yours, or I'm closing the doors. And she knows I'm a sucker. So we made an offer, and that's how the flower shop actually became ours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then the spa.
Yeah. It was actually another thing that kind of just fell into my lap. So we purchased the salon and spa a year ago. It was actually under a different name. Unfortunately, the owner had passed away. Her family was trying to sell the business. Well, she was trying to sell the business before she had passed, and she just didn't have any offers. She passed away, and her staff all left, and her family was just kind of there trying to figure out how they could generate some type of income and sell the business. I was approached by someone as it might be a potential opportunity for us, and so, as the sucker that I am, decided to purchase a salon.
So basically what I'm hearing, if you're selling a business, you know who to turn to.
I might be tapped out.
3 is enough, or 4. 4 is enough. 4 is enough. Putting a pin in that. How is it owning and operating businesses? Can you speak about that?
Yeah, some days is really stressful and some days are so easy. I guess the biggest thing for me is having multiple businesses. It's kind of a juggling act, but when you have great staff, that's truly what makes it easy, because you cannot do it without good people behind you. Yeah.
And we were discussing this a bit off camera, but you've recently revamped some spaces and kind of connected all 3 of the businesses.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy now, hopefully, for you and staff to what's the word I'm looking for? Weave. Thank you.
Yeah.
To weave in between all and do your best to create that community for people.
Yeah, honestly, this has kind of been the dream for months. This was, something we talked about for a long time. So when we had the opportunity to take over the space and move the floral studio and rebrand to kind of fit with what we had going on here, it was just an exciting opportunity. You know, the floral studio, Maryna works full time, and then we just have freelance designers. And I always envisioned her somehow being able to be part of the salon and spa team because it's such a fun environment. You've got multiple people working in there. So it's just, it's exciting for her to now she gets to kind of become part of that team. They all know her. Everybody feels like they're working together, even though you have kind of your own duties that maybe don't intertwine with each other. But yeah, it has kind of that community feel that we're trying to include in our spaces, from salon and spa to cafe to floral studio.
Why do you have such a passion to create a space like this in Lloydminster?
You know, Lloydminster is this unique community where it's a small town feel with lots of city amenities, but this is something that has been lacking here for a long time. You know, we can go to the fast, like chain type coffee shops, but there hasn't really been a space where people can just sit down and slow down. And so I think that I kept seeing a need for it. We have, you know, the local Facebook groups, and everybody's like, what does Lloydminster need? What does Lloydminster need? And I've seen it in the bigger communities. So I thought, do you know what? Let's just create a small version that kind of fits with our small town feel and give people a space that they can come and have that at.
What was that like, taking the idea of, hey, we need this, and then putting it into action and creating this thing that you knew the community needed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little terrifying because we honestly have no idea where this will go at this point in time. People have been patiently waiting for this. We honestly started creating this space a year ago. So there's people knocking on the doors, asking when they can come in. So there's a lot of excitement, which is great, but it's a little terrifying at the same time because we don't know, are we going to be overwhelmed one day? We're basically jumping in a little bit blind with this, and I think it's going to turn out really good, though.
I think so too. And you know, good things take time.
Yep.
So the people are patient and they'll wait because they know they'll get something amazing. And I mean, I have only tried the French soda, but it is so good, and I will not stop talking about it. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm going to go back to Edmonton and be like, somebody needs to do this, or Fiori Cafe needs to come to Edmonton at one point in time, because I just think they're super cool.
Yeah.
So. More technically, though, for folks in the community who want to be a part of this, what are hours of operation looking like for each business?
So right now, the cafe and the floral studio, I think we're going to kind of mimic ours since you can freely open back and forth. The cafe, though, might actually open a little bit earlier, I should say. The floral studio is open Monday to Fridays, 10 to 5, and Saturdays, 10 to 3. We are going to open the cafe, though, I think at more like 9 a.m. just to kind of catch a little bit of those ones on their way to work, maybe. And then the salon is open. It's kind of got interesting hours. Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesdays and Fridays from 10 to 5, and then Saturdays from 10 to 3. Just try and extend some of those hours for those people that don't want to take time off work to get those services done.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most challenging aspect of the many jobs that you do?
I would say lots of times I'm needed in multiple places at one time. Different little, like, fires you have to put out. That's probably the most stressful thing, and so that's why the move, honestly, I'm hoping will alleviate some of that. But, you know, I always tell everybody my job is just to make sure that everybody else is doing good and set up for success. So as long as I can do that, we're good.
How do you manage the balance of everything, like work, life, businesses?
Oh, it is. My life is basically business and family. That's just where it is right now. Those are the two priorities. We are a family-run business. Obviously, my daughter Addison works here, and the other kids come and pitch in. And, you know, my staff know my kids better than probably some of their extended family does. And so, yeah, the family is part of business, and that's how we do things right now.
Yeah, that would be so sweet. And then you get to hang out with your family more. I think that would be so much fun.
Do you know what? The kids are always just like, this business is going to be mine when I grow
Oh,
up.
yeah. They're fighting for it.
They're fighting
ready.
for it. So depending on the day, sometimes which business they want changes, but yeah, they're ready to just take over.
I mean, sorry, you said you had three?
3 kids.
I mean, 3 kids, 3 businesses. They can all be in partnership too.
That's right.
Along with that family aspect, what is the most rewarding part of all of this?
You know, it's great seeing, like, building something from nothing and seeing where it can go. And I love, like, Addison might not like, you know, the last few weeks we've been here for 12-hour days. It seems like a lot, but at the end of the day, you can see where you started and where it's going, and you can say, like, I was a part of that. And so it's nice teaching the kids. Like, my youngest is 8 years old, and she's, like, the hardest worker. Aww. And so just seeing everybody feel like they got to be a part of it is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm going to come back to how beautiful this space is, too.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't imagine getting to see when it was empty, you know,
Yeah.
when nothing was here, and then you get flooring and
yeah.
roofing and then pretty flowers, and then all of a sudden it's like this amazing space that folks get to enjoy.
Yeah.
You know, never having known that it was ever anything else.
Yeah.
If you could take the cafe or the floral shop, or
Yeah.
all 3, I guess, because they're connected.
Yeah.
So if you could take your businesses anywhere in the world, where would you want to take them?
You know, that's an interesting question, because in some ways, like, each business, I'm like, oh, I would like to take it here. My dream place would be Greece.
Oh, that would be so
I just like Greece. It's got everything. But then sometimes I like see the floral studio and the cafe like on the streets in like Paris or something, right? Like how beautiful that would be. And then the girls at the salon, we always joke that we need to go move it to Mexico. So
got it a little bit everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah. I also just wanted to say how amazing I think it is that it's a cafe and floral shop, or sorry, studio, because I just think it's so fun, because coffee and pastries and things are so beautiful and fun. But then you could go get flowers, which I don't think people do enough, you know? And so if you're already here, it's like, oh, just get myself some flowers, get someone else some flowers, like.
Well, and what I love most about it too is the whole concept behind it is come in. If you want us to create something custom for you, let's pick out what you like, sit down, have a coffee while we make it, and then you can take it with you. Yeah. So you can have an experience while we design for you, and then it just ready to go.
So the whole community obviously is more than welcome in the space, but what events would you say that you're able to cater towards for the floral shop itself?
For the floral studio, I mean, we are open to all kinds of weddings and events. That's actually part of the direction we're headed in. So we're open to even like traveling all across Alberta, Saskatchewan for sure. Yeah, we really want to share our style and our vision and give people the opportunity to have beautiful florals wherever that may be.
Do you have a favorite flower?
Mine is a rose. I'm a sucker for a rose.
They're pretty.
Yeah,
They're really pretty.
yeah. I do like ranunculuses too. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
Oh, they are so pretty. We'll show you after.
Oh, yay, I'm so excited. Learning new things. Actually, 2 new things. The French soda. Told you I wouldn't let it go. And now the ranunculus.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for aspiring business owners?
Don't overthink it. You know, I think so many people think they need to have absolutely everything in line. And I think if you're constantly waiting for everything to be where it's supposed to be, you'll never probably be in business. Obviously, a business plan is good. It's good to have that. But at the same time, if you're passionate and excited about something, look for mentorship and just dive right in.
And then last question, it doesn't have to be specific to any of the businesses or any of the things, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
What you focus on expands.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, you know, if you are focused on how things aren't going your way or you're having a bad day, it's going to keep going that way. If you are focused on positivity and growth, then that's usually the direction your day will go to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey everyone! We just finished up not only at Fiori Cafe, and what we learned is actually Fiori Floral Studio, but also Nuova Salon and Spa.
Yes.
3 businesses all in one in the convenient walkway that is like 3 buildings connected. It's really cool. Everyone was so nice. Everything was so fun. I learned so many new things.
No,
so
me too.
Yeah.
I'm still never letting go of the French soda, to be honest with you, but
All 3 spaces were beautiful, and they all have their own personality too, but then you can see the similarities in all of them, so it just like all ties together, and I think it's just the perfect like group of businesses to have together as well. Like, you could be getting your hair dyed, you get a little coffee while you're waiting, while you're sitting in the chair, or if you're waiting for flowers, you can get a coffee, all that kind of stuff. You can sit down, all that kind of stuff. I think it's just such a great idea overall. So.
And it's really cool how they were connected. Addison told me off camera, so I'm not sure if other people were made aware of this too, but they connect all of them as well because the rose petals from the floral shop are used for the pedicures for the salon. And I think they also use rose petals for something at the cafe, she was saying. And I'm like, that's so
fun.
cool.
I love that.
Yeah, so.
It's a cute little shop. Everyone was super nice. You guys should definitely check it out for like a little girls' day. Like what?
Or
That's so
boys'
fun.
day,
or
or
boys' day.
group day.
Yeah.
Anything. Just
Any
go
day.
as a group. Like I think it'd be so fun. You guys get your hair done, get some coffee, get flowers. Like so fun.
Very fun. Check it out.